This is Tracy Allen, a.k.a. 9 to 5 Not, and welcome to What Do You Do? Today we are here with Miss Krista Pettiford, Hermina Krista Pettiford, and she is an author. She's written this wonderful book called Surrendered Balance. So, Krista, thank you. Welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me, Tracy.
Now, I'm here at Krista's place, beautiful house that she has here, and so we're just kind of kicking it by the fireplace, and Krista's going to tell me about this wonderful, awesome book that she has out. So, Krista, Surrender Balance. What inspired you to write this book?
Well, I wrote the book came out of a time, was birthed out of a time when I was balancing many different things, being newly separated from my husband and having 4 young children, which are all now big kids, and going back to work and doing all those things, trying to figure out as a new Christian, because the subtitle is Daily Living for the Modern Christian Woman. And so trying to do all those things and stay centered in Christ, just trying to make time for Christ and everything that the Christian life calls for, as well as time at work and time for myself and time for my children and time to cook healthy meals and all those just basic necessities of living and parenting. So that's where Surrender Balance came from. And my surrender to God and not doing everything and giving up the urgent for the important, I found balance. And so that's where the book was birthed.
Okay. Now, with all of that, didn't she just say a mouthful? So with all of that, how in the world did you have time to write this book? Where did you fit that in at?
Well, in the book I list 7 things, and one of the 7 disciplines or principles that we as women can work on to create balance in our life. And the first one is nourishing your spirit, which is spending time with the Lord. One of the last ones is know yourself, grow yourself. And that, my writing is part of the know yourself, grow yourself. So this book is very personal to me because it involves so much of my personal experience. And so writing is part of who I am. And so in the chapter of know yourself, grow yourself, it talks about getting to know who God made you to be, apart from a wife or a mother, but as an individual and as a woman, and tapping into those gifts and then growing those gifts, which is essentially growing yourself. Mm-hmm. And so that's where the book came out of, writing and kind of seeing this vision. And so I kind of made time to fit it in, mm-hmm. because that was one of the things I wanted to do, was have time to grow me.
Right.
And so I made time for the book. But again, I got rid of a lot of things that were unnecessary, mm-hmm. in order to do things that I thought was important in my life.
Mm-hmm. So did you spend a certain amount of time per day on the book, or just kind of, how did you allocate time to writing your book?
Well, I started writing the book in 2006. And it went through kind of a metamorphosis, if you will, because I was going to name this book PMS, Patiently Mothering Step by Step. When I came up with the book, I was having one of those mornings in my mind, because
right.
You guys are writing, you're always thinking, oh, this would be a nice title.
Yeah.
And so you're doing those types of things. And so it went through this time. And so I had different portions, and I was looking at different ways to write it and what would be the 7 things. I didn't know I was thinking 7, but I kind of matched it up with the 7 days of the week, because in the second part of the book, there's a planner, mm-hmm. and it's a very unique planner. And what it does is it comes with a weekly devotional, and then the 7 chapters from the beginning you mark off your days. So it's a really unique book, and I guess we can get into that later. But I kind of try to figure out what it was. So it was 4 years, and then last year, 2010, I had different chapters and different things kind of compiled, and I, really committed to the Lord that I was going to get serious about finishing the book. And so I gave myself a deadline, basically, in 2010, January 2010, and I was looking for names. I mean, the names I came up with, and I was praying and fasting, and the Lord said, write the book, and I'll give you the names. So after I finished, and I was pretty close to the manuscript being finished, the Lord gave me the name Surrendered Vows. So
that's awesome.
Over 4 years.
Yeah. Well, but the point is you put the time in and you did it. And the reason I'm asking that is because I know that there are some people out there that have expressed an interest in writing books. And a lot of times, it's kind of a scary thing to even think about it because it's like, how do I get started and how long is it going to take? And so, like you said, you just kind of put the time in and went with it. So
yeah, and the best advice I could give for someone that wants to write a book is to put the time in, make time, journal small entries, build those into bigger ideas, and from there to chapters, and just don't be afraid to start over and to change things. Don't. So many times we try and get the business of writing a book first. Like we know we want to make a lot of money. We know we want to do this when we write a book. But I think writing books is for people who love to write, or you can have an idea or a business that you want to compile information about, and those seem to be easier because you already know what you're already specializing in something you already know, and you just want to put that into a form of information that you can give to people or sell to people to help their lives and to further your business. So I would say just write and be consistent, and until you get to that place where you see it coming into a book.
Right, I feel you.
And worry about publishing and all that later.
Right. So speaking of publishing, so now you self-publish, or who's your publisher?
My publishing company is called MAC Publishing Company, and that is Michael, Arthur, Kiani, and Kyra, my children. And so that was the name that I came up with after the book was written. And it is a small publishing company, and so I self-published in that I opened up my own publishing company, and it was really awesome because I was thinking about using a vanity press, which is one of those places they do your cover, they do everything for you, and you buy a whole bunch of books, and then you have to figure out how you're going to sell them. But I didn't really want to do that because I wanted to be in control of the process because I have that entrepreneurial spirit, and so I did not want to, it didn't seem like it was a good deal. And then I didn't want to shop my book around because I had a deadline, so I didn't want to shop it around to the traditional publishers. So I found out, taking 4 years, kind of just surfing on the net as I was writing, I kind of learned things. So I learned how to open up a publishing company. I learned the company that you buy ISBNs from, the only one in the United States that you can actually buy them from, and you're not repurchasing or from a reseller, and then they really own them. So I learned that. I learned about Library of Congress numbers and copywriting. I hired an editor. Before I knew it, I had just compiled a publishing company.
Right.
And so it was kind of like, okay, I had a list of editors that I could go to, and I had someone to do the interior design. So other consultants in the field. Someone did my book cover, and before I knew it, I had
the whole thing.
The whole thing. I had done just like a publishing company would do. I had done everything that they would do and came out with the book under an actual business name. And so that's how Mac Publishing Company opened.
That's awesome. And so when did the book come out?
The book came out, the official release date is November 30th, 2010. That is my oldest son's birthday, Arthur. So I released it on that date, but it was made available December 21st.
Okay. Wow, well, that's pretty good. Now, where can people find the book?
They can find it in on BarnesandNoble.com, Amazon.com, on my website, surrenderedbalance.com, and they can also find it in the local Barnes and Nobles. It should be there by April.
Okay.
And I am negotiating with Family Christian stores so that it can be in their stores. They have it right now, and possibly the Rock Church. I'm negotiating with them too. So
the Rock.
Yeah.
Here in San Diego.
Yeah, because they have a bookstore called the Rock Pal. So we'll see.
Okay.
So, but definitely Barnes and Noble by April, and hopefully, prayerfully, the other two stores can push it.
That's good. That's good. So now, say your website again.
It's www.surrenderedbalance.com.
Okay. Now, she's also got a goodie for you guys. So you wanted to be able to give away a free book, autographed book, right?
Yes.
And so you're going to do that how?
I am, every week on my website or my blog, it's a dynamic website, I write a Surrendered Balance blog entry, and for the fifth person that comments on the blog, next Wednesday, I will, and leave their email, or they can inbox me. There's a contact Krista page. You can inbox me, and I will send you your free autographed book.
Isn't that nice? So you guys hear that. You guys know I post a show every Wednesday, 12 noon Pacific Standard Time, 2 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. So once the show is posted, hurry up and get to our website so that you can get your copy of Surrendered Balance and be able to go through that. I mean, it's a really nice book, guys, that, you know, like she said, she's got little work, like a workbook in here. You know, you might not be able to see it too good, but you get your copy and you'll be able to read the whole thing. But, you know, it's a well-written book. It's an easy read, and, you know, you guys will enjoy it. You know, we all need to find that right balance in our lives. And she just kind of lays it out here, and if you're a Christian or, you know, believer, whatever, you know, it just has some good principles in here that can help you to find that right balance in your life. So you guys will go to her website and check it out. Okay. So, Krista, was there anything else that you wanted to share?
Yes, I'd just like to say, and I know I'm probably a blah, 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 but I'd just like to say that the book was written for women, and it's so simple and easy to read, as Tracy stated, for Christian and non-Christian. It's written with Christian principles, but I've had so many people, as well as men, say you should have written this not just for women, because that everyone can use these principles. And it was written to really address the needs of today's modern Christian or modern woman. We balance so much, and we have lack of energy. So it's a book that really addresses the modern woman in exercise and eating healthy and making time for family and making time to even parent your kids in school. So I've written it as a blessing. I've written it for and to women. And so I just pray that whoever reads the book, that it really blesses your life. That's why it was written.
Awesome. Isn't that nice? She's so sweet, isn't she? Well, Krista, I want to thank you for allowing me to come into your beautiful home and sharing what it is that you your heart of Surrendered Balance here, sharing that with everyone. And I really hope that you guys will go to her website, connect with Krista, get the book. Make sure that you check out the blog. She's posting up every week, so, follow her. And I'm sure that on your blog you have your Facebook, Twitter, and all that stuff on your social media. So
yes, you can follow me on Facebook at Hermina Krista Pettiford. Hermina Krista Pettiford .com. And
if they go to the website,
it's all there.
Okay. Keep it easy for folks.
Okay.
You're fine. But okay, so I think that's it. So we're going to wrap this up, and you guys tune in next Wednesday, and we'll see who's on What Do You Do then. But thanks for tuning in. Have a great day, and bye.
Thanks for having me.